Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing Awake in the Woods Tatyova deck called Tides and Woods. It's going to be a standard best of one list with average converted mana cost 2.8. It has 9 creatures, 24 non-creatures, and 27 lands. Now, before we get into the list, this is an insanely fun Simic list that I came across. I don't remember where exactly, but I adopted my own version. This is my own version so far, and I think it's even a little better than the one I saw somewhere. It's insanely good. It's not my main idea to pair the two, Awake in the Woods and Tatyova. It's not my main idea at all. It's not my idea, but I wanted to play this list so bad when I saw it, and it's actually insane. So let's get right into it, right? Awake in the Woods makes 1/1s that are lands as well. And Tatyova here says land creatures you control have flying, and then whenever a land enters the battlefield, it becomes a 3/3 with haste, right? And it's still a land, but you can only do that if you control 7 or more lands. So whenever you have Tatyova on the battlefield and you have Awake in the Woods here, they enter as 3/3 flying hasters that can attack the same turn. So you get the idea basically. But that's not all that is. Let's say you don't have Tatyova. We're playing Titania's Command, and it's been an insane card. This card usually finishes for me, even without having Tatyova, right? We can finish games with this card along with Awake in the Woods. So you cast a big Awake in the Woods, you make a ton of 1/1 green, dryad lands, basically, that are creatures as well. And then you can pick and choose from Titania's Command. Usually we pick the last one, put 2+1 counters on each creature you control, so we can make them 3/3s without even having Tatyova on the battlefield, and that's how we win usually. We're utilizing a bunch of ramp here as well within Topiary Stomper, Joint Exploration, and Azusa's Mini Journey. We absolutely need the ramp so we can cast a big Awake in the Woods. We're also having Disruption here with Fading Hope, Make Disappear, Negate, and we have the one Memory Deluge just in case we run out of gas sometimes. We need the Memory Deluge to try and find us things that can close out the game. Now, I want to mention Cultivator Colossus, and I want to mention the fact that this card should work with the synergy, but it's absolutely unnecessary in this deck. I think in order for you to make this deck a little better, you need a 5th card that's 2 mana exactly that can ramp, right? And one of these cards has to be Llanowar Lone Speaker, in my opinion. And hear me out. Llanowar Lone Speaker here makes a 3/3 elemental creature with haste, and if you have Tatyova on the battlefield, it can have flying, because it says land creatures you control have flying. So if you have a way to make a land into a creature, it's going to gain flying. And the fact that Lone Speaker makes it into a 3/3, you don't even need anything more, right? So I found the weakest thing about this deck was the fact that you could not a lot of times you either don't open with Azusa's Mini Journeys, or you just don't have anything to do on turn 2. Most of our ramp spells here, Joint Exploration and Topiary Stomper, are usually casted on turn 3 and upwards, right? So you usually pay 3 mana for it. A lot of times on turn 2 you have nothing to do, right? So if you don't have Azusa's Mini Journeys. So I think it's so good for you to have an extra card, just one more, to make it 5 cards that can be hit on turn 2, that can do ramp on turn 2, and that plays well with the synergy of the list as well. I think it's very, very important. So if I was to make this deck a little better, I would cut the Colossus. So I will either cut the Colossus and include a Llanowar Lone Speaker, or include Tamiyo's Safekeeping here if we want to double down on our Tatyova strategy and protect her, right? So, but at the same time, Tamiyo's Safekeeping seems a little too clunky for me, because what if you don't have a Tatyova on the battlefield, right? What are you going to protect? Your Stompers? Usually we don't really care about those that much. What are you going to protect? The 1/1s you make off of your Awake in the Woods? It's not really necessary. So I just wanted to put it here just to mention it. I would definitely cut the Colossus to put Llanowar Lone Speaker in this deck for sure. But anyway, let's just leave it the way it is now. This is just a suggestion for you guys if you want to do it. Test out the list and just see what you come up with, right? So insane list so far, a lot of fun. This list is a masterpiece when it comes to winning games. This is a masterpiece when it comes to winning games. The way you win games with this list is just right from under your opponent. It's just so surprising to your opponent, and it's been a ton of fun to play, to be honest. This specific list brings me joy. And reminds me of what Magic the Gathering is really about. I don't get as salty. I don't get as, upset about the land issues or anything like that. We are playing 27 lands, by the way, because it's very important for you to have lands in hand. If you have Tatyova on the battlefield, or the Colossus, or even in Azusa's Many Journeys, it's so important for you to have lands on the battlefield, and it's so important for you to hit lands. Can't stress that enough. We're making a deck that revolves around lands, so very, very good. But yeah, this is basically it for the deck. We're including a bit of spice here within the list as well. We have Blast Zone, which can act as a board wipe. You'll see how Blast Zone performed for me within the gameplay. It was really good. We have Broker's Hideout here as well, because it can act as a landfall mechanic basically for our Tatyova. It enables Tatyova twice in the same turn, so very good. You got to keep in mind though, Tatyova can only be enabled if you have 7 or more lands on the battlefield. So usually when you have Tatyova, you don't want to cast it on turn 3. You just want to cast it later on in the game, and the more mana you have, the better. So you can cast Tatyova and Awaken the Woods and just hit them. It's a 1-turn kill potentially, right? So just watch the gameplay, see what I do, and you'll be really amazed at how this deck performs. So yeah, with that being said, I have a couple of games for you guys here. The last game is insane. The game against Mono Black is crazy. The way I won the game was just insane. Like, I had lost hope and they were very aggressive, but we brought it back and we won the game. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for your continued support, of course. If you like the video, make sure you like it actually. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you guys later with another video. Okay? Bye. Alright. This is interesting. We're going second with a hand like this. We still have Azusa here. We have a Memory Deluge here too. Yeah, I think we're keeping this hand. Hopefully we can hit something with the Fading Hope to try to find more things off the top. Let's see. All right. Oh, this is extremely unfortunate. We only have one green source for this Stomper. Yeah. Let's try to find another green source here. Perfect. Okay. Braids. Another Awaken the Woods. We need to continue to ramp here. More green sources. Okay. And the Fable. Yeah, we can awaken the woods for 4 here, which is quite good. Swing back. These are lands, by the way, so they enable the Stomper. We have much more board presence than they do. Yep. I wanted to make a deck that has Braids and Gix in the same deck, but we'll see. Now we have access to Memory Deluge, we have access to a bigger Awaken the Woods, but we want to find Tatiova here. Nixilis, huh?
You don't stand with me. You're my enemy. You work for me now, Runt.
Okay.
Oh, I have a job.
Yeah, they're gonna try to pick off these Dryads here. Okay, so we gotta be careful about this. Alright. So we have access to these. This is for 8 more Awaken the Wood tokens. But how good is that? Not really all that good. This is pretty good. Alright, do we pump the team here? It's a sorcery. If we pump the team, we can't really attack down these Nixilis, but these becomes 3/3s. They become 3/3s, so why not? Okay. Soon, very soon, we can attack face. Very soon. They still value their Braids. We get to untap 3 lands. Untap these creatures. GG's. And that was insane. Nice. Alright. We only have 1 ramp card. And then our hand is pretty much dead. So it all comes down to what we top deck, basically. Okay. Alright, well, we're top decking lands, which is a very good sign here. Let's ramp. Okay. Pretty good. Mono red so far. Is it big mono red? Visions, yeah, it's big mono red. Okay. Do we resolve the Tatiova? That's the question. I think it's a little too early for that. Okay, big score. Sure. Awaken the Woods, definitely. And to make disappear, sounds good here. We kind of need to protect this Tatiova here, but... Okay. They might have a burn down the house. They might. Or Brotherhood's End, that would be bad. That would be pretty terrible. I'm pretty sure they run board wipes here, so Awaken the Woods creatures are going to be really fragile here. Oh, well, okay. Okay, well, Tatiova dies. Okay. Well, they still might have a board wipe. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Actually, it doesn't go through with the Power Stone token. Sure. 5. Next turn, we just pump the team if they don't wipe our board. Dragon Spark Reactor, that's a good sign. Okay. That's pretty good for them. Okay. Well. Six, 7, 8 with the leveler. Not really scared of the leveler here, so let's just bump the team. GG's. That was really good. Nice. Alright. Okay, we're going first with a decent hand. Mono blue, seems like. One of the toughest matchups we can face, unfortunately, because everything is just going to get countered. Yep. Stomper or exploration? Has to be exploration, right? Because we can do it on their turn, which is quite good. Let's see if they want to counter this. We have both Awaken the Woods and Tatiova in hand. 2 lands. Okay. At least we can dodge and make the spear, but not an Essence Scatter. They let it through. Okay. That's good. Thirst for discovery, sure. We kind of need to redeem ourselves against mono blue. Okay. We need to get Tatiova down. Hopefully, hope that it doesn't get countered. Let's see what happens here. They let it through. And we're off to the races here, friends. The nice part is if they counter one Tatiova, I think we can resolve the other one. Do we try to go for one here? Like a small Awaken the Woods? No. Let's see what happens. I wish they'd tap out just once. Of course that's not gonna happen, but if they do, they lose the game. Search engine in mono blue. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And they're passing. Alright. Well. One, two, three, four. Alright, let's cast this for 4. Negate gets it. Sure. I think we can race them pretty well here. They might have a combat trick card in hand. Like something Shore. That 1 mana card that untaps it and gives it hexproof and a +1 counter. Let's test that theory out. They're definitely going to invest on the Surge Engine and try to kill us by next turn. I'm pretty sure they can do that. They already countered a Awaken the Woods, so I don't know what the holdup is here. That sucks. That really sucks. Yep. But we just lost the race. Really? Yep. We lost the race. Where's my fading hope? Oh man. So this is the less powerful version of mono blue, but it's still pretty good. I mean, all they have to do is play just anything, right? Yeah. Man, that sucks. I didn't draw my Make Disappear. I didn't draw my Fading Hope. When you need them the most, I actually have Make Disappear in this deck for this specific matchup. How unlucky is that? Okay. All right. Awkward hand here, but we can try it. A ton of 3 mana ramp. Kind of terrible. We should have played that first, but maybe we can play it on turn 2. It doesn't matter. We're playing Bant. Not Bant, Lesnie. Sorry. And they passed. Passing is really good for us here. And drawing Azusa has to be insane here. Because then we can just top Yeri Stomper next turn, or... Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get a blue source here. If only I can get one. Okay. Wedding announcement is pretty good for them. Okay, wonder what they take. A Stomper, sure. I guess they just had nothing else to do during that turn but to cast a removal spell. And this is awkward, man. We need to find our lands. Okay. And the borrowed time. Okay. They're gonna draw a card here, I guess. That sucks. Wake in the Woods, huh? Okay. So Tatyova requires 7 lands in order for it to have its ability. But I cast Tatyova here because they had already used a significant amount of removal here. So hopefully they don't have more removal in hand. That's what I'm hoping for. So that we can awaken the woods as well. So last turn was a turn for me to prep, but of course they have a million removal. Of course. What's new? The nice part is we can blast zone this for 3. Okay. And get all of our stuff back. I think I might actually take a turn to do that. Generous Visitor, sure. That's a 7/7. That's pretty annoying. But it's no longer going to be a 7/7 by next turn. Okay. We're down on life points. Scary. That has to be extremely good. That's why enchantment removal sucks. Okay, well, we're prepping for a big turn next turn. And these are both good. But I think I might keep the land here. Yep. No attacks for now. Just gonna hold things back. Sad little 1/1s. Now what? You spent the entire game removing my things. Yep. Just leave the Tatyova alone so I can do the thing with the Wake in the Woods. Because I will do the thing here. Come on. I was just starting to have fun. GG's. Two lands was not going to cut it. Okay. Sure. You're playing the cheap lands in a deck that really requires you to play this on turn 1. Okay, friend. Okay. Okay. I do like the little bit of life gain that this deck has, and we can always just bounce that. Okay. Sure. Let them attack first. Bounce the Cavalier. Pretty bad. We need lands, if anything. We can't have that Azusa without having any lands, right? Gotta enable this Stomper as well. Awaken the Woods. Well, I'm actually gonna go for it. Or maybe we can go for Tatiova and hold up Negate. Yeah. In case they have removal for this Tatiova. But if it's a Brutal Cathar, yikes. It's a Brutal Cathar. Yep. But they can attack, because I will take the block against this Cavalier. Kinda hoped they didn't have the Brutal Cathar. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. Let's start swinging back. Now we just need a Titania's Command here, I think. Alright, just lead with the Stomper here. Get a blue source. And play this during their turn so that that Brutal Cathar won't flip. We're the aggressors now, I guess. Sure. Sure. Block with your Brutal Cathar, please. Okay. You need to double spell here. A Hopeful Initiate makes an appearance. Sure. Titania's Command. Perfect. And we'll keep a land on top here. Okay. Nice. Get the hell out of here with that deck. Nice. What is this? Okay, it happens. It sure does. Okay, well, we don't want Broker's Hideout and 2 Stompers in hand, because that's going to fetch a lot of lands off the top, right? Well, we can put one back. Our hand is pretty empty, and they led with a turn 1 play, which is just about the most extreme, unfortunate thing for us, to be honest. Because a turn 1 play is usually just a ton of pressure, right? So if they have an underdog here, Okay, so it's just a sleeper. They might cast another sleeper. Yeah. And we're just way behind. You can't beat mono black when they have a hand like this. Yeah. It's just a constant pressure every turn. And these stompers can't even block. Yeah. Okay, I get it. We're losing. I mean, what am I trying for? No fading hope. Of course, it's like I never see that card while I'm running 4 of it. Never. It's very hard for me to see that card for some reason. Yeah, it's very unfortunate here. And fading hope makes an appearance. Wow. Insane. Well, that buys us a bunch of time, right? But what's our play? Do we play Tatiova or the Stomper, the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yep, they have to invest on this one now. Now, no matter what they do, they won't win this turn at least, which is pretty good. Gives us a bit of a fighting chance here. Wake in the Woods, I'll keep. Okay. Shieldred. Well, how do we close this game out quickly? Do we play Tatiova, or do we just go for a big Awake in the Woods and just Titania's Command next turn? What's the play? It's very unfortunate that we don't have enough lands here, or enough mana to go for a big Awake in the Woods as well, so we need 4, and then 3 for a Tatiova. I think we just go for a big Awake in the Woods here, to be honest. Okay. Now, if they have Invoke Despair, that's just game. But if they don't, we have 1 turn, and only the 1 turn, to do something about that. We only have 1 more turn. Especially with having this evolved sleeper on the battlefield. But if they attack with the Shieldred, it makes it a bit different, doesn't it? Because we can block the Shieldred. They're not attacking. Okay. Well, how about this? We have 6, 7, 8. Land creatures you control have flying. Alright, let's play Tatiova. What if we gain a bit of life here? What if we do that? Alright. Yes. What's Alright, they cut down one of these flyers, sure. They cut down the other one. Okay. Okay. If they take the block on one of these stompers, that's fine. At least we get an evolved sleeper out of the battlefield here. That's 12 damage. That's a total of 18. Okay, they're down to 3. Well, up to 5 now. Well, we've done most of what we could. I think we bought ourselves one last turn. But if they hit a land drop here, which it doesn't seem like they did, because if they have Invoke Despair and a land drop, they'd speed through that process, right? To just put us out of commission here. But that's the problem. That's the minor problem with mono black. I don't mind losing the stompers. The trespasser to gain them 1 life. That's not enough. I want my stuff to have flying in. We actually won this game. Oh my god, what a game. Oh. I don't think I could have played it any more perfectly than I did, to be honest. The decision to gain life with that Titania's command was clutch. Because I was going to make bears and put +1 counters. But I wanted to buy myself 1 more turn. And the decision to block with the stompers instead of the Tatyova was just a masterpiece. So, GG's. I redeemed myself against mono black.